Hey guys, well, it's been kind of a rough week in the in the House of Spaz. And first of all, I titled this video just personal stuff because uh, I don't like alluding to the fact that there was some sort of tragedy or something, because that tends to just generate a lot of clicks. And not to be mean to anyone, but from some people who aren't really all that interested, just want to hear about tragedy. So I figure if I just title it as personal stuff, the only people that are going to come in here to watch this are the ones of you who obviously are into the channel and, part of the community. Feel it, instead of just being here necessarily for a specific type of reaction video or something, you're part of the community. So that's why the vague title. But what happened today was, as a matter of fact, it was odd because I spent all day with Spaz Kid. That's why there was no live stream earlier. We wanted to have a day where him and I just do stuff together, and we went to the arcade. We went out to lunch, and we gamed all day. And so my wife got home from work, and we had dinner, and we had just finished watching. We like watching YouTube videos about Disney World whenever we can't be in Disney World. So we just got through watching some of them, and as I clicked it off, I was going to actually go upstairs and do a late live stream. I was interested to see, how many people might be there at that time of day. I'd never live streamed that time of day. And right as I clicked off the YouTube app on the TV, her phone rang. And it was a hospital. Some of you know her dad, my father-in-law, has been quite ill. And it was a hospital saying to get right down there. They figured he had about 10 minutes left. So needless to say, we shot right out of here, went down, and my father-in-law has passed, and I'm fine. I mean, I don't mean to be flippant about things or anything, but it was something that we knew was coming, and he knew was coming. He'd even told my wife, which I thought was perfectly her dad. His quote the last time he talked to her was, because he'd been in the hospital for some time, he says, "I'm ready to go to my new room." And I think to say my new room, knowing him, that was perfectly him. So the reason I bring this up is, well, there's a couple of reasons. First of all, he doesn't want anything big as far as services or anything, so there won't be a lot of time spent on that, but I'll be spending a lot of time just making sure my wife's okay. It's hitting her really, really hard. I mean, she was really close with her dad. For me, I'll be fine. It's an unfortunate thing, but the toughest thing about getting older isn't the aches and pains, and it isn't the fact that I have to give nicknames to characters because I can't remember anybody's real name because things won't stick to my addled memory or anything like that. It's all the people that you have to watch pass along the way, just due to the fact that you've been able to last on the planet for an extended period of time. So, and the reason I bring this up is, it's not cold-hearted, that it's actually more likely you'll be seeing me live streaming and stuff, because weekends are sometimes hard for me, than if something like this hadn't happened. Because the best thing in times like this, I think, for me, is distractions of the nature of the things you enjoy. And there's absolutely nothing I enjoy more than the channel and you guys and interacting with you guys. So I'll probably definitely be live streaming Spaz Kid. We don't want to change anything. We don't want things to, because my father-in-law wouldn't have wanted to have felt like he was interfering in anything. So everything's going forward as usual. Spaz Kid's having a gaming get-together with his buddies tomorrow here at the house. But I'll probably work in some live stream time because, again, that makes me feel good. I mean, it does. I know in the live streams there's going to be some laughing, some stupidity, and you guys know how much I love stupidity. And as a matter of fact, while I was in the hospital, I was in the waiting room while my wife was saying her goodbyes. I pulled out my phone and I was going through the comment section because, again, I'm the type of person, and this isn't a complaint, this is by design. I'm very, very, very close with my family and my close friends. Outside of that, it's you guys. I don't have an extended circle of acquaintances because I don't want them. That's just the way I am. That's why it's always amazed me that I become as tight with all of you as I have. So that's where I go. I mean, I go and I read the comments, and even if I'm fighting with somebody over something, it's just like, it's like home, it's like, yeah, this is all of us, this is how we act. But I got a couple of good laughs from different comments that were made during the day, and it's a great, fun distraction when things like this are going on. So you'll be seeing plenty of me, but if things do get a little sporadic, just in case the family decides that they want to do more for my father-in-law than he actually wished. You never know what's going to happen. That would be why. But just wanted to give you guys a heads up as to what was going on. And I just want to share one thing with you, because when you do lose someone, it always makes me think back to this. And I'm not one of these people, you guys know, I'm not one of these people that's a big fan of, I'm old, so listen to me because I know things. I don't know shit. But for me, one thing when it comes to this type of thing, I've always lived, and if it's something that, you guys find useful, I'll share it with you. But anytime you have, because we all have differences, we all have arguments with our loved ones, with our family, with our friends. The rule of thumb I always use for things like that is, when you say something, or if you're going to say something in the heat of the moment, just try and think of it as, and I've always done this, try and think of it as, okay, say a tragedy happens, and this is the last time you talk to that person. Are you comfortable with those being the last words you said to them? Now, you might be. I mean, you might be angry enough that it's like, yeah, I am comfortable with that, and that doesn't make you a bad person, that's fine. But think about it, because if you're not, it's probably better, just don't say it. And if you did already say it, and you think about it, it's like, wow, if I never saw them again, yeah, that wouldn't sit well with me. Swallow your pride and take it back. Trust me, it'll be worth it. Anyway, I don't know how much that's worth to anybody, but it's something I've always done. And I'll be talking to you guys really soon. See you then.